Hey, it's me and welcome to my channel, The Way What Is Truth. Remember to like, subscribe and comment down below. Now this video won't be having me talking too much and adding too much of my own input. I'm going to talk a little bit about Solomon at the start of the vid where I am now, and then I'm just going to read through these quotes and sayings of Solomon. Okay, it's on my mobile phone and it's from a website here. It's called graciousquotes.com. Okay, and it says right at the top, 45 inspirational King Solomon quotes, wisdom. Now this is, these are sayings and words of wisdom from King Solomon, who prayed for wisdom from God, and because he only prayed for wisdom, God also gave him riches as well on top of that. But bear in mind that as wise as King Solomon was, as far as I'm aware, he was the wisest man that ever lived aside from the Lord Jesus Christ, or at least one of the wisest men that ever lived aside from the Lord Jesus Christ, because I've got no way of knowing. I've got no way of knowing if God has given certain other people throughout history far, far above the normal levels of wisdom compared to ordinary folks, okay? But King Solomon had wisdom that was literally out of this world. And yeah, so oh yeah, you may have noticed that tree. I went to Brookfield earlier on, and literally I only have one or two decorations up at Christmas time, and because I was there and I bought some soil and this and that, I also bought some chocolate, this, that and the other, and I thought, well, I'll pick it up and just put it there. You know, I know it shouldn't be up until November the 27th, but I've never been one for tradition. I've never followed tradition. I couldn't care less about when Christmas is supposed to start, when it's supposed to end, or anything. You know, I'm not into Halloween. I don't celebrate Halloween. I did a video about Halloween, by the way, and about Christmas and about Valentine's Day. I covered those three topics in one video. You'll have to go far, far back to find it. I basically talk about why Valentine's Day is just a way of earning money, and if two people love each other, they can express that love at any time of the year without needing to spend money on a specific day. And about Halloween, I spoke about its pagan origins, this, that and the other, and now it's just a load of rubbish. I know it's seen as being harmless fun, but yeah, I mean, Halloween had its origins in the Roman goddess called Pomona, the goddess of fruits and seeds, that I can't quite work out whether it started with the Celts or with the Romans. Probably, I'm guessing it started with the Celts first, because they started out in the Bronze Age, you see, before the Roman Empire. So yeah, anyway, I'm sorry if I went far off topic there, but I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about that video that I did, and, well, it's because of that Christmas tree. Danged Christmas tree behind me. Anyway, without further ado, oh yeah, and about Christmas in that video that I did, I forget the name of the video now. I think it's called I talk about why Valentine's Day is a load of rubbish or something like that, and then other stuff as well. I forget the name of the title. But yeah, I was talking about the consumerism, about the greed of Christmas and how people are pressured to buy things, and about what Christmas is really supposed to be about. Yeah. Anyway, top 10 most famous King Solomon quotes, the best ones, right? Now, as I read these, meditate on it, take it in slowly, and definitely comment below if you've got anything to add to what King Solomon was saying and what King Solomon meant, okay? So, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Start with God. The first step in learning is bowing down to God. Only fools thumb their noses at such wisdom and learning. Your own soul is nourished when you are kind. It is destroyed when you are cruel. Words kill, words give life. They're either poison or fruit. You choose. For everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Kindness and faithfulness keep a king safe. Through kindness his throne is made secure. All problems are people problems, and most people problems are people refusing to act like people. That's an interesting one. As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. Better the anger of a friend than the kiss of an enemy. I like that one. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Now we're on to 17 inspirational King Solomon quotes about life. This should be very, very interesting. And I hope and pray that whoever's watching this video gets helped by all this, okay? Love is as strong as death. Its jealousy as unyielding as the grave. It burns like a blazing fire, like a mighty flame. Many waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot wash it away. How beautiful is that? Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city. The man who walks with wise men becomes wise himself. Yeah. Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart. A good name is rather to be chosen than riches. He who masters his passions is better than a conqueror of a city. It is better that you should not vow than that you should vow and not pay. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things that can be compared unto her. That's one of his best sayings, that is. In fact, let me read that again. Happy is the man that finds wisdom, who finds wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things that can be compared unto her. Yes. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all your getting, get understanding. First you learn humility, then you experience glory. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all transgressions. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance. Knowledge is of more value than gold. Lazy hands make a man poor, but diligent hands bring wealth. Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. That's actually one of my old sayings. I always said that if a child is not brought up properly, then a child will grow up crooked. And it's very, very hard to straighten up that. So someone, when they reach their mid to late teens onwards, it's very hard to straighten up a crooked tree. Anyway, then it goes on to say, those who are right with God are remembered with honour, but the name of the sinful will waste away. Those who are right with God will never be shaken, but the sinful will not live in the land. And now we're on to 18 wise King Solomon quotes that will make you think. Under the sun, the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor bread to the wise, nor wealth to the intelligent, nor success to the skillful. But time and chance govern all, for a man does not know his time. It's true, we don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next, do we? If you see oppression of the poor, and justice and righteousness trampled in a country, do not be astounded. As the water reflects the face, so the heart reflects the person. Amazing, brilliant. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Think about that one. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. One man pretends to be rich, yet has nothing. Pretends to be poor, yet has great wealth. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Whoever stubbornly refuses to accept criticism will suddenly be broken beyond repair. Very true. In the day of prosperity be joyful, but in the day of adversity consider. The lesser of two evils is still evil. Neat. That's a very neat saying. The lesser of two evils is still evil. Very good. The sated soul will trample a honeycomb, but to the hungry soul all bitter is sweet. Let me read that again. The sated soul, means the satisfied soul, will trample a honeycomb, but to the hungry soul all bitter is sweet. Makes you think. Do not rebuke mockers, or they will hate you. Rebuke the wise, and they will love you. So that means to say, if you try and correct someone who's mocking and scoffing, it could be at the Bible, for example, they will hate you for it. He'll just, But if you rebuke and correct a wise person, they will love you. That's the difference. Who is the wise man? He who sees what's going to be born. I don't quite understand that one. If anyone wants to comment down below and guide me in the right direction there, who is the wise man? He who sees what's going... right, I think I know what it means. It means... Actually, I don't. I thought he meant a wise man is someone who knows what kind of person, let's say, for example, what kind of prince or king is going to be born, or what kind of queen is going to be born. But no, I don't think it means that. I'm not sure. Comment down below about that one. A fool is wise in his eyes. Yes, the world is full of foolish people who see themselves as being wise. Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. The spirit can bear any illness, but who can bear an ill spirit? Wise men store up learning, but the foolish will be destroyed with their mouths. The wise in heart will receive teaching, but a fast-talking fool will become nothing. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you know not what a day may bring. Yeah. Now down below here it says must read in brackets the 3 magical books of Solomon. If anyone wants to tell me what the 3 magical books of Solomon are down below in the comments section, I'd love to hear about it. I don't know anything about them. And then also underneath that it says also read the top 37 most inspiring Arabic proverbs of love. Okay, this is talking about different things. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, I definitely want this to be an open discussion down below about those sayings and quotes that I quoted from King Solomon. And I hope and pray that anyone gets guided by the words of wisdom that I spoke into this video from the words of Solomon himself. Like I said at the start of the video, King Solomon was no ordinary guy. He was given tremendous wisdom. He was quite possibly the wisest man that ever walked the earth, second to the Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of God. I don't know for sure. I don't know if there have been other people who God has given tremendous wisdom to. As far as I'm aware, he could speak to animals. He knew how to communicate with the birds. He knew what the birds were saying. I don't know whether it's in the book of Enoch, but it was definitely a book that was not a part of the main canon, so to speak, but nonetheless, it was verified. And apparently there's rumours he even had a flying vehicle of some kind. I don't know whether it's some sort of spaceship given to King Solomon by God. I'm really talking about things that are over my head here, because it's just something that my mum told me about, that he had a flying vehicle, and I never really looked into it. It's not something I'm really going to do a video about on my channel. But if anyone wants to talk to me about anything they've learned about King Solomon from other books, not just from the Bible, I'd love to hear about it, because I'm fascinated by these things. There's an old saying, one of my favourite sayings, in fact it's a saying that I've invented myself, and it's that truth is stranger than fiction, and all fiction comes from truth. You will know why that's my favourite saying. It's because the more I've learned about history and so many things, the more I realise that a lot of what this world sees as mythological and fictional and just superstitious nonsense actually has its basis in fact, man. We're talking about things people saw and heard, that they were there to see it, they recorded it down. Yeah, these stories can be embellished, the stories of the Greek gods, for example. But that doesn't mean to say those entities and those gods weren't real, After all, God created his loyal, faithful angels who were loyal to him for who knows how long, perhaps millions of years. We had civilizations throughout the solar system before Adam and Eve were created. And then, of course, a lot of the angels unfortunately followed Lucifer when he decided to be a god in his own right. And then it all follows through from there, doesn't it? It's fascinating. And the more I learn about history and about the gods and about this and that, the more I realise I don't know anything. I feel like I'm a nobody. When I read certain history books, I think, okay, well, I've learned this little bit of wisdom. I've gained this little bit of wisdom, but I know nothing. It's like if you read one history book or one book about anything, and then there's always other books on the same topic and subject. People are always uncovering new findings all the time. You know, I want to end this video with this. It's that when it comes to wisdom, it's never ending. And the more we learn, the more we realise we don't know anything. Learning is a never-ending rabbit hole. It's never ending. It never ends. And the more you learn, the more you realise you don't know anything. Anyway, with that one, I'll leave it there. I hope you have a good Christmas. I know it's ridiculously early to say that because it's not even November yet, but everywhere I go, there's things for sale. Everywhere, literally everywhere, Christmas stuff. I ended up buying that tree from Brookfield. It didn't cost me too much. I don't think I'll be buying anything else when it comes to decorations. I only have 1 or 2 decorations up usually come Christmas time, but with them selling so much Christmas merchandise so early, it sort of conditioned and brainwashed people to like make Christmas like a 2 to 3 month thing. You know what I mean? It's had that effect on me anyway. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care and comment down below. And if there's anything you want me to pray about, tell me. Definitely check out all my other videos because I've noticed that there's a shocking lack of viewers on so many of my videos. I remember I did a video about the glory of God's creation. It's literally called The Glory of God's Creation. That's just one example. It's only had 5 views last time I checked. I think a lot of the time is that my videos just aren't coming up on a lot of search engines. Perhaps I should add more tags or something. Perhaps try and add a load of subscribers to my channel. I don't know. Anyway, I hope and pray that you're all well. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye and take care.